Well, welcome back to an all-new episode of Maksim Outdoors, and as you can see, we are here at one of the most popular state parks in the entire state of Pennsylvania, none other than Ohiopyle. So I'm not going to make this intro too long. We're going to be doing a relatively short trail today, hiking out across a couple bridges, including the one in front of me, and heading on down this Ferncliff Peninsula trail. We're going to be doing around 3.5 miles a day, and I keep saying we. I'm back out here for another collaboration video with hiking with Ricky. So you'll be seeing him in just a few minutes, but figured I would show you this nice, cool, refreshing view of the Allegheny River here on a nice February morning. So I'll take you down. We'll show you the main attraction of Ohiopyle here, Ohiopyle Falls, in just 1 second. So let me take you down there. Well, you can see Chris getting ready over there, and the town of Ohiopyle just in front of me. And if we pan on around here, just behind me is kind of the crown jewel of the entire state park here, none other than Ohiopyle Falls. And right now you can see it's rushing pretty good, and a nice look at the Ferncliff Peninsula. We'll be heading all the way down here and around, and just about an hour we'll be standing on those rocks right there looking back this way. So we'll take you down here. I'll give you another view of the falls here as we get ready to head out for the hike today. So check it out down here. Bit better of a perspective, but yeah, I mean, you hear about Pennsylvania state parks, and the two that you generally always hear about are Ricketts Glen and Ohiopyle. And it is pretty cool to say that we're going to be doing this today and heading up to Ricketts Glen in just a few weeks. So you'll be seeing Ohiopyle and Ricketts Glen on the channel almost back to back. But yeah, a nice look at Ohiopyle Falls before we head on down the trail and hike Ferncliff Peninsula. All right, let's get hiking. All right, well, I spoke too soon. I did want to mention a couple other things before hitting the trail. So if you can make out, just through the trees there is the visitor center. And if you ever find yourself in the state park, do yourself a favor and check out the visitor center. A lot of awesome displays, very kid friendly. Just take my word for it, check it out. Another thing that I think that people don't realize is Ohiopyle State Park is actually around the town of Ohiopyle, which is literally right here, just across from the Allegheny River. So, you know, if you want to do a hike, maybe grab a beer, maybe grab some food after, or coffee, you have all this pretty much open to you. And this area is also known for its whitewater rafting and kayaking. Believe it or not, kayakers will go over Ohiopyle Falls. I would never do that, but yeah, pretty interesting to think. And then if you can make out that bridge just up ahead that I mentioned earlier, that's actually part of the Greater Allegheny Passage, 150-mile trail that heads here all the way down to Maryland. So we'll be hiking a little bit of that. We'll be hiking the Ferncliff Peninsula just in front of me here, and then eventually wrapping around and checking out the largest waterfall here in Ohiopyle State Park. So let's get going. Enough talking. Yeah, even if you only have maybe 20 or 30 minutes here in Ohiopyle, just the walk from the visitor center up to the Gap Bridge here, as I'm calling it, is worth it. As you've seen, just spectacular views, rapid after rapid, and of course you got the big old Ohiopyle Falls at the end of it. But we've almost made it to the bridge. We're going to start heading up that way and show you maybe a few shots of town before crossing over the mighty Allegheny River here. So let's get going. Well, after about a mile's worth of walk-bys and a nice little jaunt along the Allegheny River in the morning, we have arrived here at our first trail of the day. And as you probably already guessed, this is the Gap Trail, one of the old railway trails here in the state of Pennsylvania. You can see the old station here from back in the 1800s. The B&O Railway would have came through this area, bringing tourists as well as industry through the area. If you were here back in the 1800s, you would have seen grist mills, people tanning hides, the whole 9 yards. And now it's a tourism hub. Everything from bike rentals to whitewater rafting and kayaking can be had here. But yeah, we are currently on, I believe this is mile marker 71 out of 150 miles on the Gap Trail. Chris is just down yonder, standing right over the Yacht. We're gonna be heading across this bridge and eventually meandering on to the Ferncliff Peninsula. But I figured I would stop here and show you this cool little train station that was refurbished into, I guess, a visitor center and bathroom now. So yeah, we're gonna keep on heading down and eventually link up with the Ferncliff Trail. So let's get going. Well, as you can see, there is mile marker number 72 as I take you across the Allegheny River. This is actually going to be the first of 2 bridge crossings today along the Gap Trail. But pretty crazy to put into perspective that back in the 1800s, steam-powered locomotives would have been rushing across this bridge filled with coal and ore, and now a couple schmucks are out here filming a YouTube video for the masses to watch. Just pretty mind-blowing. But yeah, some nice views of the rapids along the Allegheny River as we head on down towards the Ferncliff Peninsula. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but something must be wrong today, because we got bright skies, very little cloud cover, and of course no rain. So hey, I guess I luck out every once in a while. But as I say that, we'll probably get a tornado or a hurricane later on in the episode. But yeah, we're going to continue on here. Just wanted to show you some nice views of the Yacht as well as one section of the Gap Trail here. So let's keep heading on down the trail. All right, well, we have survived the Great Allegheny crossing of 2024 and have arrived here at the Ferncliff Peninsula. We're not going to jump on this trail. There's another entrance just up ahead. We're going to save the falls for last. So let's get to hiking on the Ferncliff Peninsula. Just a real quick trail update here. I wanted to show you the general gist of what we're going to be doing today. So we cross across the Yacht, and we are currently here just off of the Ferncliff Trail. We're going to be doing this counterclockwise and heading up around the bend here, seeing a couple vistas before ending the trail at the waterfall that we've seen across the river, coming back up here and then crossing the Gap Trail once again. And you won't see the rest of the trail, but we're going to be heading over this way and ending the trail up along Cucumber Run. So make sure you stay tuned for that. It's going to be a good ending to the video. So just a nice little informative sign showing you exactly what we're going to be doing today. Well, the Ferncliff Peninsula seems to get better the further you get into it. We took this nice little spur trail that didn't really have a name down towards the Yacht, as you can see. Rhododendrons everywhere you look. And I did read a little bit about this trail before heading out here, and I read that there are a lot of old fossils scattered among all the boulders here, and I think we have found one. So you can see here, these lines kind of look like the bark of an old tree. Supposedly there are a ton of fossils out here, so we're going to keep our eyes out for that. But I'm going to say this is definitely some old tree bark here. So we'll see if we can find some more here. Well, we found some fossils. We did a little bushwhacking through the rhododendron, and we popped out here along the Allegheny River once again. I believe we're right at the horseshoe of the peninsula, and if we look downstream, you can see another area of the gap trail that we're going to be crossing later in the day, and then we'll actually be hiking along this ridge line back up towards Cucumber Run. Just wanted to stop here and show you this pretty awesome view of the Yacht as it meanders on downstream. Some awesome rapids here. Hard to believe that kayakers and rafters go over some of these, but yeah, we're gonna keep heading on down. This trail is all it's cracked up to be, that's for sure. Fossil here. It looks like a stick, but it's actually a rock. Go figure. All right, well, there are plenty of little spur trails and offshoots of the trail that head on down to the Allegheny. I wanted to just point out that I was wrong earlier once again. Seem to be wrong more and more now these days, but earlier when I said that we were on the bottom bend of the horseshoe, we're actually looking at it now. So we're about a mile away, but here we are looking where the Allegheny kind of curves around, and in just a few moments we will be at the very tippy top of the peninsula. So awesome day so far. I know I already said it, but these rhododendrons and giant hemlock trees pretty much everywhere you look just make this trail awesome. Highly recommend this. If you have to drive 4 or 5 hours to get here from eastern Pennsylvania or who knows where, do it. This trail is up there with one of my favorites, and we're not even halfway done with it yet, so let's keep going. Well, if you can't already guess by the noise behind me, we have made it here to Ohiopyle Falls once again. On the other side, you can see Chris's truck off in the distance there, but we are going to meander our way down through this rhododendron and take you up close and personal with one of the most picturesque, beautiful, giant waterfalls here in western Pennsylvania. So let's get going. All right, well, I haven't peeked down here yet. I'll take you with me. Like I said, first time ever on this trail, and I've seen this waterfall a million times in my life, but never from this side of the Yacht. So here we go. Drum roll, please. Oh wow, look at that view. Yeah, this side has nothing on the other side. Definitely worth doing the short, what was it, mile and a half trail. But yeah, wow, we're getting blasted by mist, and yeah, today probably can't get any better. Maybe a beer and a hamburger, but yeah, pretty darn awesome. Alrighty folks, well, one last look at beautiful Ohiopyle Falls here in Ohiopyle State Park. Possibly the most gorgeous state park in the entire Commonwealth. But in order to not make this video half an hour long, you know, I like to try to make them between 15 and 25. That nice little sweet spot, so I'm not putting you folks to sleep out there. But I figured I'd wrap this video up, and we will be coming out with a part 2 next week as we tackle the rest of the Ferncliff Peninsula, the Gap Trail, as well as the Gorge Trail. So thanks for stopping out. Hopefully you all enjoyed all the views and scenery we've seen along the way. And don't forget to check out this guy hiking with Ricky. That's Chris. Check out his channel. He'll be coming out with his own iterations of the video. So what'd you think of today? Did you have fun?
Oh man, I loved it. This was a very awesome trail. I'm glad we did it. First time I ever really hiked a trail in Ohiopyle for as many times as I've been here. Loved it. Awesome.
And beautiful weather. Like I said, it didn't rain at all on me today. Wow, it's a miracle. So yeah, anyway, we will see you back here next week for part 2 as we tackle the rest of the trails here in Ohiopyle. All right, signing out from beautiful Ohiopyle Falls.